What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you guys, well, with another market watch today. Finally back home from the Tulsa UDS, and it was a phenomenal event. I really had a great time playing in the main event as well as side events, and of course having an opportunity to sit down and talk to all the players, all my fellow Paisanos, and even talking to Konami and making a video about it in my recent video, in which I got answers to questions that the community really needed. Hopefully looking forward into the next big event, which is going to be the YGOPaisano in Charlotte. I'm looking forward to going to that event. And if I do, hopefully I'll have another video ready for you guys in which I try to ask more questions that you ask to Konami. In fact, common question of the day. If you had any one question to ask Konami, what would it be and why? Now you could say, hey Konami, why isn't my card game printed up? But they probably won't really answer that. But make it a real question that's based off something that you would love to see happen in the game as a whole. Comment down below, guys. I would love to know. And if you guys are new to the channel, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and if you want to support the channel, click on the description link, the TCG Play link right there. Whenever you buy the TCG Play with that link, a certain percentage helps to support this channel, and I go ahead and add more kind of content as well as better equipment to the channel that it already has already. Well, it has some, and I'm gonna add more. You know what I'm trying to say though. Look at Artifacts in there. One of the first cards I'm looking at that was seen a lot, mainly in main decks for like Thunder Dragons. This card was making its way in side decks. Artifacts End was a phenomenal card. Battle Legends Legacy Revenge Secret Red version with a $16 market price is holding roughly around $16. The 2015 Megaton version with a $14 market price is at $17, and the original print from Primal Origins, the Ultra Rare, with a $13 market price, is at $16. With most players playing Jewel and Lockbird in the main and taking out Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, Artifact Sanctum is resolving more and more and more and more. So with that said, if you're playing a mid-range deck and you activate Artifact Sanctum, there's a good chance your opponent doesn't have a response. And when you bring out Artifact Psi and that effect resolves, well, that's it. Mid-range deck's gonna be set and passing, and if you're playing mid-range deck, that's game. Looking at other cards like dinosaur cards this weekend, So Evil Oviraptor is one of the cards that you definitely need looking to play any kind of dino variant. Tree King dinos or maybe even Shadow dinos. Looking at So Evil Oviraptor, which is only printing at a Structure Deck Dino Master's Fury as a super rare, it's only roughly a $6.50 market price. Limited first editions is roughly around the $6.50 price point. You're gonna need 3 of this card, by the way. And if you want to get yourself Ultimate Conducted Tyranno, that's roughly around almost near $4 for this card. And if you think that's it, no. Jork Alio also saw play. This card I haven't seen play in a while, but it's already making moves in the market. Jork Alio at a DT4 is holding a $6 market price, but we're already seeing it almost near $9. In fact, if you want the Super Rare version at Hidden Arsenal 4, its price point is almost near $5. Moving on, guys, looking at Shadow Dragon, you can go ahead and buy the original print Shadow Dragon at a Dos Alliance. It's like $2, or you can buy the Megaton version for almost near $5. I'm telling you right now, I own the original print, those live versions. These, in my opinion, are the best versions. Of course, if you bought the Shadow Structure Deck, the card comes common in it if you want that. But if you want to max that rarity out, this is the card you want to grab. It's a little bit cheaper right now, and I don't know how long it's going to be cheaper for. Then we have Shadow Beast. Now, Shadow Beast has a max rarity of being Ultra Rare and Battle's Legends Hero Revenge. It's roughly around $2. That's fine. I think the best Shadow Beast copy for the highest rarity version would be the one at an Astral Pack 6. With around $4 market price, the current value is almost near $4 and stable. I think this is a higher version because this is the hard to get version. This is the older version. But then again, you're rocking the Ultra Rare, I'm not going to blame you. I'm just saying the highest version of Shadow Beast, in my opinion, is definitely going to be the AP6 one. And then we have Salamangreat Almirage, Alabama's Heroes Revenge. At one point, this card was $12. Looking right now, it's holding roughly around $13 market price. Looks like it's stabilizing. It's currently roughly around $30. Maybe it's cooling down. We don't know 100%. But this card definitely is way too high for where it's supposed to be. In fact, I like this card a lot, but I wouldn't be surprised if this card started going down in value. Then Invoked, of course Invoked. Shadow Invoked all over the place. In fact, Invoked Poker Trio, when it first came out at the Fusion of Forces, wasn't worth that much money. Looking at it right now, it has roughly around $9 market price, and the price point is almost at $10 for Invoked Poker Trio. This card's insane. I mean, the thing about this card, what I love so much is, if you can get past the Spiral board and bring this card out, that's game. I mean, Spyral's gonna have the Tri-Gate negate. So once you pass that, and once you pass the sleeper setup, you basically go in for Poker Trio. And since none of their monsters can be shown by battle, you get to keep whapping at their monsters or the link monsters on the field, and they don't lose no monsters. So that 200 extra attack for every card your opponent controls, that's gonna have value for every time you hit one of those link monsters. Hit one of them, boom. They stay in the field because they can destroy a battle, but they're gonna take all that damage. Hit another monster, the same thing. Hit another monster, same thing. Hit another monster, same thing. I just really like Invoke Poker Trio a lot. I think this is a really fun card, and I feel like in Invoke Shaddolls, it's really, really deadly. This card is a game ender if your opponent is not well prepared for this card coming onto the board. Then we have Invoke Makaba. Now this card roughly, Makaba, this card roughly has a $2 market price and it's currently stable roughly around $2 for the super rare, out of Shadows of Valhalla. But if you want a secret version out of Fusion Enforcers, the value is up to $20. Now, I think in the Shadow Invoke variant, I think they're just playing one of these, so it's not that expensive, it's not that bad. We're not seeing that much crazy hype, but I will say there's only 12 prices listed on TCG Player for the secret version of Invoke Makaba. Then if you want to get Invocation, well, that's the talk of the town of the weekend. I mean, Invocation cheapest version, super rare, is holding a $37 market price, and it's already at $40. Invocation Secret Rare is holding a $45 market price, but it's at $51 to $54. Then Invocation Ultimate Rare, with a $73 market price, is roughly around $95 to about $100 for this card. Invoked is just a big hype card of the format. I mean, Invoke slowly started getting a rise out of just the Invoke variants, Invoke hybrids, and with Shaddolls, Invoke Shaddolls being one of the best decks of the meta now, I think it's almost confirmed. It's no surprise this card's going up in value. The real question is this card going to stay up in value? For everyone holding this card, you want to know if you're holding a ticking time bomb, or you're holding something that's going to actually maintain some good value. So let me break it down to you like this. I think Invoke will continue to slowly maintain value, if not go up a little bit higher in value, up and until Master Rule 5. The minute we get Master Rule 5, if we don't see Invoked in the top tables consistently, this value is going to drop. Now, I think $95 to $100 Invocation is a little bit too high. I could easily see this value dropping down, no doubt in my mind. Invoke starts in Master Rule 5, doesn't start doing what it's supposed to be doing, it's tanking in value. Now, is it going to go back down to its original price? I believe Invocation at one point was $25 for the Ultimate Rare. No, I don't think that's going to happen. It probably hit around $40. The Secret Rare will be going down in value, and the Super Rare is going to tank in value. So we know I personally am excited about Invoke Shaddolls. It looks like a really fun deck. I'm not dropping any amount of money to play this kind of deck. This is insanely high price points for cards that, well, in a month and a half, don't do what it's supposed to be doing, goes down in value. Let's flip it though. Invocation in Master Rule 5 becomes the be-all end-all deck. Invoke Shaddolls become even stronger without having the lock of dealing with links and link hours and all that silly stuff. Well, if that's the case, then Invocation actually might go a little bit higher. I can see it hitting as high as 120 for the Ultimate Rare. That's not a big jump, by the way, but that is significant enough for now if you're holding the card and you're debating on selling it or buying it. It's your gamble, it's your card, and it's your money. All I'm telling you is there's a couple of pathways, and one equals this card going up in value, decent amount. The other equals this card going down in value, down to as low as $40 for the Ultimate Rare. Wouldn't be surprised if that does happen, by the way. Up next, guys, we have the Initial Assault, and just looking at the set, not the prismatics, but realistically looking at Lightning Storm, a card that has a $120 market price, but we're seeing it at $130. This card, when it first came out, was $100 to $110, and it's only rising. Well, why is that? Besides Lightning Storm and Gizmokaku, everything in this set is trash. Nobody's cracking Initial Assault packs. Nobody's playing that lottery. They'd rather all just go ahead and buy the card itself. I mean, think about it. If you buy a box of Initial Assault and you don't pull this card, you immediately go neg. You buy 2 boxes and you don't pull this card, not only do you immediately go neg, but you go neg even more and even worse and even lower than the current value of the actual box itself. I think Konami really realistically saved Initial Assault by putting Lightning Storm in it. Had this card not been in this set would be a tremendous flop. I mean, yeah, Gizmokaku's a great card, and with the current $37 market price, not bad, but the value's $35. It's still seeing play, but not as much play to merit even $35, to be honest with you. This card will be going down. Looking at Lightning Storm though, this card is needed. And being the fact that Yu-Gi-Oh players are not buying into Initial Assault, Yu-Gi-Oh players are going to be buying this card singles. And that's why we're seeing this card maintain a high price point. I mean, look at it, it's only 12 price listings on TCG Player. The card is just not changing. You know what is changing though? Retaliating C. That card, the Super Rare at OTS 1 Pack 4, by the way. That card's holding a $5 market price, and with shipping, it's hitting almost near $5. In fact, without shipping, it's roughly around $4. Still higher than what the card was last week. Why is this card going up in value? Axe? Well, easy. Invoke shaddolls. The minute they play Invocation, the minute they play Shadow Fusion, you chain Retaliating C. Especially in Shadow Fusion's case, all those cards, including Shadow Fusion, get banished. And shaddolls really run off on two principles. One, having the ability to bring out the shadow monster, which has an amazing good effect, and get graveyard presence by whatever they send to the graveyard. And two, sending Shadow Fusion to the graveyard, so when that Shadow Monster leaves the field, you gain back that card you used to bring that Shadow Monster out initially. Retaliating C is a card, back in the day, we used to use, so when we played against any kind of Shadow variant, the minute we saw Shadow Fusion, we dropped Retaliating C, and that was it. Their turn for the most part ended. They don't want to progress their game state, because Retaliating C continues to take away from them. In fact, not only does it continue to take away from them, I feel like in Master Rule 5, this card gets better. I think shaddolls, or maybe even a shadow variant, could still be one of the best decks come Master Rule 5. And if that's the case, Retaliating C only gets better. In fact, if Konami does make Max C come off the ban list, we start talking about Max C, I have to mention it. If Max C goes to 1, this card can tutor out a Max C into your hand the minute it leaves the field. So your opponent goes Shadow Fusion, you play Retaliating C, and your opponent ends their turn, and you draw for your turn, all you have to do is link this bad boy away, synchro, whatever you gotta do to get this card off the field, because it says if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, and you add your Max C to your hand. So next turn, when they do try to play Shadow Fusion, you just chain Max C. Not only do you give the left hook with Retaliating C, the following turn, you give him a right hook with Max C. So I really do like this card a lot. I really do think this card has a lot of potential. We also have Millennium's actually Strict, which is a hit or miss kind of card. I feel like Konami can easily reprint this card. I think it's due for a reprint. Looking at the card's current market price is roughly around $54. The market has this card roughly around $50 for Millennium's Eyes Restrict. Now looking at Spyrals, there's a variant of Spyrals that run like Instant Fusion and run this card. So you Instant Fusion, you bring on Millennium's Eyes Restrict, you do your combo, and then you go right into Appaloosa. So Drone Lockboard never ever touches you and never really bothers you, which is pretty spicy. But I will say that I think it's due for a reprint. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised in Dual Overlord. And then the second one of next month, we see this card in it. I mean, we are getting a Millennium Eyes type card. It'd be cool to see this card along with it in that set as an Ultra as well. Up next, guys, we have Dimensional Barrier. Now, we should all invoke being one of the best decks in the meta. Looking at a lot of other decks, like maybe Pendulums, I think D-Barrier might be coming to your side deck real sooner than a lot of you can play expected in Master Rule 5. Especially if you're playing a deck like Alta, guys. Nothing's more spicier than your opponent activating Shadow Fusion. You're chaining D-Barrier saying, hey, Fusion. So, Shadow Fusion, and Invocation, they don't do nothing. And then revealing a multi-figure after doing it. The icing on the cake. Amazingness. So you go Multi-Faker, you go Meloseek, put that bad boy into Hextia, Meloseek starts Marionetta set the Protocol, or Manifestation. Manifestation will give you 2 spell trap negates, by the way. And you're not only slowing your opponent down, you are shunning them down. If you are looking to play Ultra, guys, with D-Barrier inside. Any other decks though out there doesn't mean you can't run D-Barrier. D-Barrier is a phenomenal card that you can run in a majority of decks. Especially if you're looking to play Master Rule 5, you better have this card. Look at the Dimensional Barrier with a current $5 market price. Unlimited copies are roughly around $3. Megaton copies are roughly around $3 as well. And the Ultra is about $1, and the Structure Deck Common is about 31 cents. Now, one thing I'm kind of confused about, looking at Shadow Invoke, I did not see Alias the Invoker Matters being played in the top tables. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I missed something, but Shadows of Valhalla, Alias the Invoker Matters, holding a $36 market price, is roughly around, we're seeing it roughly around $30. In fact, after these two are gone from the newly launched seller, be careful about these guys. I do not recommend you buy them. I think the real price is about $34 to $35. So I don't know what this card's worth its current price point. I kind of don't agree with it being at its current price point. But comment below, let me know what you guys think. Is this card worth it? Are you running it in your variant? Comment down below. Then we have one of my favorite cards that a lot of you players are unloading right now. I don't understand why. Chaos Dragon Legionnaire is insanely broken. I don't know why Yu-Gi-Oh players. I think everyone just kind of got amnesia and forgot about how good this card is. But Chaos Dragon Legionnaire is an insanely good card. The OTS Tournament Pack 12 version of the card, which is holding roughly around $39 market price, is barely holding on to $37 to $38. This card is dirt cheap right now. If you don't have your playset, I highly recommend you go in and trade for your playset because the card is broken. Yu-Gi-Oh is a game of dragon decks. Let's be honest with you. Like, throughout the years of me playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and probably if you guys playing Yu-Gi-Oh, you have seen at least one broken tier 0, maybe tier 1 dragon deck in a game of Yu-Gi-Oh. Well, Chaos Dragon Levineer is just one amazing card to add into the dragon decks. In fact, one card I've been talking about is going up in value because of rockets, but I think, once again, it's going up in value because of rockets, but I do think it could go up in value because of dragons. It's Starlight Seafried. At a Chaos Impact, Secret Rare with a $29 market price. The current value for Unlimited is roughly around 31 with shipping. Anyone on first edition copy, you're looking to pay about $30 for Starlight Seafried. This card's absolutely broken. I don't understand why Yu-Gi-Oh players are forgetting the fact that it's used in the rockets, it's used with 3 Striker Dragon, it's used with all that spice, and it's good. It is really good. But I do think there'll be a time in which Chaos Dragon Levineer, Starlight Seafried are going to see play in a dragon variant. I think it's inevitable, and I wouldn't be surprised that time is more sooner than ever. But hey, you know what? I could be wrong. But once again, if you've been playing this game for long enough, you and I both know dragons have always been a broken deck. And I think these cards, Chaos Dragon Levineer and Starlight Seafried, are just one of the many cards that's going to go into the next tier 1 minimal broken dragon deck. Look at that Striker Dragon at a Chaos Impact though. The card roughly has $11 market price. The value is almost at $12 to $13 for this card. This card, I remember at the UDS, I had the opportunity to go on my phone and I ordered 2 of these cards because I currently own one, so now I have my play set. I posted, I believe on the Mark Facebook group, or maybe on my page, VCTR Fest, about Striker Dragon for you guys to go ahead and pick yours up quickly, and hopefully you guys did, because from that day where it was $6, that's where I got mine from, the value is more than doubled to where it currently right now is about $13 for Striker Dragon. I don't know if I'm playing Striker Rockets. I'm not sure if you're gonna play Striker Rockets, but that's a really good card to sell right now. It sounds to me like this card's really good to sell. Now hold on one second. Before you go, all right, V, time to sell. Let's pause real quickly. I have some knowledge, and I'm pretty sure that this card's gonna see play in the YCS 3v3 come next week. So you can sell it now, or you can wait until that YCS 3v3 to see if this card pops up again. I think it's going to, and if it does pop up, and if it's in the top players deck list, whether it's top 4, top 8, or even the winners deck list, or 3 of the deck list, I think this card will absolutely, with no doubt in my mind, go even higher than what it currently is right now. Another good card for dragons, by the way, is World Legacy Guard Dragon. At a Savage Strike with a $10 market price, you're seeing it roughly around talents for Unlimited. Lightning Plate positions also around 10, and then they quickly go up to $11 for World Legacy Guard Dragon. This card's absolutely ludicrous. It's a monster you're born for level 4 dragon to let you modify your board state. It's just, once again, an amazing card. I think this card is going to continue to be a good card moving forward into the game state. And I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players that have this card are holding on to this card. And Yu-Gi-Oh players who don't have this card, well, you're starting to play Primo Dollar for a card in which a deck, once again, Rockets, which is a good deck, but I think there's more on the horizon. And I think this card is definitely an investment into your belief in dragons being a good deck in the future. And I have this card. I have Starlight Seafried. I have Chaos Dragon Levineer. I'm holding on to these cards. I don't care if they go to $1 or $100. I'm waiting for a tier 1 dragon deck to come by, and that's the home for these decks. Also, guys, we also have Fist of the Gadgets. I know one of the Fire Fist cards, I believe it was the Link one, Brother Fire Fist Eagle. It was less than $7 in the market price, but it's showing to be $7. The card's roughly around $10 to almost maybe $11. It went up in value because it saw some play. We see Code Radiator see some play in the OCG. Who currently has a $5 market price. It's kind of stable, roughly around $5. It's seen OCG play. Fist of the Gadgets, when it came out, was for the most part a dead set. A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players didn't want it. And I said, go ahead and buy your Fire Fist deck core. And I really wish we saw the prices of these booster boxes be a lot more cheaper, because I would love to, personally to go in and open some, and for you guys to go in and grab some, because there's so much good value in this set. I mean, look at Hidden City. They're currently roughly around almost $8 for this card, and it's super rare in the set. We have Scrappy Cycle going back up again to $11. We have Brother Fire Fist Elephant, which is like $16. If you want to play Fire Fist, sure, I guess. But we have just a lot of great value on other cards like Mythical Beastmaster Cerebus, super rare, $5. Cigarette Fire Fist Tanky, $5. Like, good value in this set. And I think this set will have value moving forward in the future of the game, so keep an eye on for that. And then we have Lunalights Serenade Dance. I always keep going back to this card because Lunalights definitely are one of the best decks in the meta. It's a deck that you can't really clear its board as easily, and the deck keeps coming back after you keep getting rid of its board over and over and over again. Looking at Lunalights Serenade Dance at a Legendary Duel, Sister of Rose, with a $14 market price. First editions are roughly around $14. This card is a one of, and it's so much money because it's came out of Legendary Duel Sister Rose. If you're gonna play this deck, you're probably gonna buy this card individually as opposed to going and trying to crack packs. Have fun with that. You don't need to do that, but hey, good luck to you. Realistically, if you're looking for this card, you're looking to play any kind of Lunalight variant, you're probably gonna buy this card straight up. And at one point, this card was $6 when I initially mentioned it, and now it's beyond double the price. In fact, something else that Lunalights are using is also Zodiac Barrage. You also have the 2017 Megaton version with a $6 market price. We're seeing almost near $7. Then you have the Raging Tempest with a $5 market price. That bad boy is hitting roughly around $10 for down limited copies of the original print Raging Tempest Zodiac Barrage. And if you want to go ahead and grab yourself a first edition copy, that's going to run you about $13 starting for this card. In fact, he's got 13s all over the place. It almost goes near 14 at the bottom of the page, middle of the page. Page bottoms out roughly around $18 on page 2. Basically, Zodiac Barrage's card you should have been had already for the original Raging Tempest build, because I think this card, I think Zoo in general, will always have hype behind him. And if something gets banned, even though there's a lot of hype behind it, when it gets unbanned, or the rumor, the hype alone of it getting unbanned will spike these cards' prices up in value. Obviously, the price of Zodiac Barrage has already gone up in value because of Lunalights, but I think we'll see something like maybe like Dryden come to ban list to 1, like in the OCG. We would see these cards go even higher than what they currently are in value in the market. Then we have 5 version Tanky. Now, I feel bad because I only own 2 OT Tanky and I need a third one. At one point, look at the market price, it's roughly around $57. Well, not anymore. The current price point for 5 version Tanky is roughly around $75. In fact, after these 2 listings, it goes up to $82 for the Ultimate Rare 5 version Tanky. Once again, if you want a Secret Rare version, you get the Fist of the Gacha Secret Rare. It'll run you about $5 each. But 5 version Tanky Ultimate Rare, that's going to cost you a little bit extra if you want the max rarity version. And I think, once again, Lunalights is a phenomenal deck. Out of this UDS, we're seeing 2 main things: Rockets and Shadow Invoke, which is great decks. Don't get me wrong, these are phenomenal decks. But I think Fire Fist, Content 5 Mission Tanky and all that jazz, Lunalights is one of the best decks as well. It's not getting the recognition despite taking 2 tops with 2 different builds, just like Spirals. But Spirals we know is the best deck. Lunalights, I think at this point, I'm going to consider them a tier 1 deck. I think they earn and cement themselves as a tier 1 deck, coming out of the UDS with 2 different variants, but both using an amazing broken engine, such as Lunalight engine. So yeah, I think Lunalights is a great deck. I think Spirals is a good deck. Definitely Shadow Invoke, their debut has been insane. I'm not sure if it's mentioned or not, but Jesse Khan also played the deck as well. And of course, Rockets. The guy went undefeated, by the way. In Swiss, he let his buddy have the win, I believe, or gave the win, something like that. And then in the top cut, he just blew through everybody, and he won the event. Xingpeng Yu, I can't say his name right. Hopefully that's how it sounds. But he's looking to play in the YCS Las Vegas 3v3 next week. And him and his team, wouldn't be surprised if all 3 of them are running Rockets, just to sweep that event like Xingpeng did at the UDS. Once again, Paisanos, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Please make sure to subscribe already. Hit the like button, comment down below. It's 5 in the morning. I gotta get some sleep. And if you Paisanos are waking up, you Paisanos at work, if you guys are at school or you're just hanging out, you Paisanos have a great day. See you later.